Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wispin here, and welcome back to another video here on the Poke Central Network. I have a huge announcement for you guys today, and you probably already saw in the title of this video, but yes, the Poke Central Network is having another reset. So if you guys aren't familiar with what a reset is, essentially we reset the map in the server and a lot of the progress here on the Poke Central server about once every year. And the reason we do this is just so that everybody can get a fresh start or somewhat fresh start. Some things do transfer, and we will get into that a little bit later on in this video. But so everyone can kind of start again, make new builds, collect new Pokemon, and explore new areas, and of course, reduce some of the overhead lag that has built up over the last year on the server. We also reset because it allows us to change things up and also really improve a lot of aspects of the server, because working on a server that has hundreds of players on it daily is a lot more challenging than starting from scratch and working on a server that has no one online, and we can pretty much do anything we want with it. We don't have to worry about constantly restarting it or anything like that, or changing things up that affect players in a negative way. So with all that aside, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the reset, what's going to transfer over into this new map. But before we actually do that, I want to go ahead and show off where you spawn here on the server when you first log in. So you're actually, I'm sure some of you can already tell, spawning on a pirate ship. So the entire spawn island, which it is an island this time around, it is not connected to the survival area of the world. We'll talk about that a little bit later on as well. But you spawn an island. It's kind of like a tropical pirate themed island. I think the ship looks absolutely incredible, and we'll get into the rest of spawn a little bit later on. But for now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what is going to carry over from the current server. So the first thing, of course, is all ranks. So every rank purchased from the time Poke Central started up until now has carried over through every single reset. This is actually our 8th map that we're coming up on over the course of about 3.5 years. So we had quite a few resets early on. We had one every few months just because we're running into a bunch of issues when we first started up. But as of lately, we do one about every year, and this is going to be our 8th reset in Poke Central's history. Now, the other thing that will automatically transfer over to the new server is all gems. So that is our premium currency here on the server. All of those will automatically transfer to the new server. You don't have to worry about that at all. And the last thing that will transfer over, however, it will require some of your input, is a set amount of Pokemon. Now, all players, no matter what rank you have, will be able to transfer 21 Pokemon from the current server over into this new map. In order to do that, all you have to do is log on to the server that you play on. You can actually transfer 21 Pokemon from each of the servers, so Crystal, Gold, and Silver. And all you have to do is type /PokeVault in the chat. That will pop up this menu, and you can see your 6 Pokemon that are currently in your party. If you click on those, that'll put them into the vault. Any Pokemon in this top section will transfer over to the new server once it goes live. So you can go ahead, put in all your Pokemon, and then you can fill up all 21 of these slots. Then you can just close the PokeVault, and then you can go into your PC, grab some other Pokemon, and then go back into your PokeVault and fill it up all the way. Make sure you get all of the Pokemon that you want to transfer over in the PokeVault. The reason we limit it to 21 Pokemon is just so that everybody gets somewhat of a fresh start and people aren't transferring over boxes upon boxes of Pokemon, because that would kind of defeat the entire point of resetting the server. And that is actually all that transfers over. So your ranks, your gems, and your Pokemon, I will go ahead and say held items will not transfer over. You will be able to put Pokemon into your PokeVault with held items on. However, when you take them out on the new server, those held items will be erased, and that is just to prevent any issues with people transferring over duplicated items. Over the past year, since this new map came out, our previous map, we've had a lot of issues with duplication and all kinds of bugs. So what we want to do is avoid as much as possible of that stuff getting over into this new map. And in order to prevent that completely, at least with items, we are going to be removing those held items. So you'll have to collect them again when you get on this brand new server. So as for dates, we are actually going to be shutting the server down, the current server. It will go down on July 1st at 6 p.m. EST. So that is July 1st, 6 p.m. EST. That is 1 week from today at 6 p.m. EST. I want to make that clear because after that date and time, there will be no way to transfer your Pokemon over to the new server. So make sure all of your Pokemon are in the PokeVault by July 1st at 6 p.m. EST. Now, that is not when the new server is going to be launching, because we are going to have some downtime between in order for us to get everything transferred over and set up, like ranks and the poke-vaulted Pokemon. So the server will launch. Here's the date. Ready, guys? All right, it is launching on July 5th. So there's only a couple days of downtime between then, and it is July 5th at 2 p.m. EST. So it's a little bit later in the afternoon, just because we want to make sure that we have some time that morning to make sure everything is ready to go and everything's running good so that you guys can hop onto the server and enjoy a lag-free, hopefully lag-free, and just fun, enjoyable experience, explore the new map, and check everything out and get started on your adventure. So again, I want to say this one more time. I know you guys can go back in the video, but just to clarify it, the server will be going down. The current server will be going down on July 1st at 6 p.m. EST, and the new server will be opening up on July 5th at 2 p.m. EST. Now, we're not doing anything with ranks where ranks can get online first, but I will say we do have a new system in place in the hub where players that have supported the server and purchased ranks will be able to skip the queue in order to join. So if you guys aren't aware, on the current server, basically it's first come, first serve. Once the server hits capacity, you're sitting in the hub, you try to join the server, it'll just tell you that it's full and to try again later. We have a brand new system in place that I really love and I think is probably one of the best updates for this new map, which is saying something because we have a lot of cool stuff. But let me head over to the hub really quick and I'll show you exactly what it is. So we have the brand new server queue, and the way this works is if you have no rank on the server and the server is full and you attempt to join it using the compass, you will actually be placed into a queue. So you'll basically be placed into line to join, and the second that a slot opens up, you will be sent to the server. What this means is if you're the first person in the hub that connects to the full server, you'll be first in line. That first slot that opens up will be yours, and you don't have to worry about spam connecting or anything like that like you have to do on the current server if it's full, which I know can be really annoying and actually can deter people from even playing on the server. You should never really have to wait too long because people are always constantly connecting and disconnecting. You should be able to get on pretty quickly even if it is full. Now, the benefit to having a rank is actually that you will skip the queue, which means you'll be placed in that number one slot in the queue, or you'll just be immediately connected to the server even if it's full. Depending on how many players are online, we still have to limit the amount of players with ranks that can join when the server is full because we don't want that capacity to get too high. But you either get placed right in the front of the queue or you will join the server immediately, even when it's full. If you have any of the ranks on the server, there's no minimum rank, so pro or champion, you get the same privileges to join the server when it's full. So another change that we made on this brand new map is that the map has actually quadrupled in size. That is the survival area of the map. Instead of 15,000 by 15,000 blocks, it is now 30,000 by 30,000, which means there is actually 4 times as much area in the map for you guys to explore, build your bases, all that kind of stuff. And what that actually means is we are also removing the ability for you guys to get plots unclaimed if they are older than 60 days. So that also means if you go inactive for 60 days, you should expect to come back to your build still being yours and your claims still being intact. We are not going to be removing any claims at all on this map, at least at launch, most likely never in the future, just because 30,000 by 30,000 should be big enough to last at least for a year and at least until the next reset if we ever have one in the future. But even if we don't, 30,000 by 30,000, that's a pretty big map, and you guys should be able to find some places to live, even if there are a lot of players online playing in the world. I think it should be fine. If it's ever an issue, we will change that in the future. But like I said, there will be no one claiming, and that is a pretty important change. I think it's going to free up a lot of time for mods to do other things on the server, as well as let you guys not worry about having to log on in case you have to go for 60 days or your computer breaks or something like that, and you're unable to get online. You don't have to worry about losing all your stuff and losing your house and losing your claim. So I think that's a really big change. There are also a bunch of other new updates and additions that we've made to the server, some tweaks and changes and things that we've really wanted to do for a long time, but really haven't been able to implement it onto a live server. So we decided to save it for the reset. However, I'm not going to get into that in this video. Over the next week, as we're leading up to that reset, I am going to be posting a bunch of different videos covering all of the different new cool and unique features on this map. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, keep an eye out for those videos. And of course, like always, if you you have any questions, you can reach me on Discord. First link down in the description will be to our Discord channel. It has about 14,000 members on there. It is a Pixelmon community server Discord, so you guys can join there, ask any questions you have. You can DM me directly. My messages are always open, so anybody can message me any questions you have about this reset. And of course, you can comment down below in the comment section as well, and I'll do my best to reply to all of those questions because I'm sure you guys have a bunch. With that being said, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to get the news out there, get the dates out there, and let you guys know what's going on. 7 days from now, the server will be going offline. Make sure to get your Pokemon into those Pokevaults, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this brand new server, and I will see you in the next one.